Almost done, very close. 마지막, 진짜로 마지막. 믿는 방법밖에는 할 수 있는 게 없어. 말라 죽을 것 같은 날들. 구름 한 점 없으니 바람은 고사고. 남았다 말하기엔 쥐어짜낸 이민걸. 멈춰 끝내버리면 그만인데 갈망하던 길에 묶이지 흐릿해버린 심장 속. 이제 좀 잊어버리자 제발. 뭐 익숙해지지도 않는 내 따름 중심이 고요해. 날 돌게 만든 걸까. Almost done, the bittersweetest one. 마지막, 여긴가 마지막. 애초부터 선밖에는 닿을 수 있을 리 없는 날. 뭐가 널 그리워하게. 구름 한 점 없으니 바람은 고사고. 비웠다 말하기엔 갇혀본 적 없는 걸. 멈춰 끝내버리면 그만인데 갈망하던 길에 묶이지 흐릿해버린 심장 속. 이제 좀 잊어버리자 제발. 뭐 익숙해지지도 않는 내 따름 중심이 고요해. 날 돌게 만든 걸까. 넌 그러니 천지 화면 속 어느 피사체처럼 난 가만히 서 있는 채로 아주 조금씩 나아갈 뿐. 멈춰 끝내버리면 그만인데 갈망하던 길에 묶이지 흐릿해버린 심장 속. 이제 좀 잊어버리자 제발. 뭐 익숙해지지도 않는 내 따름 중심이 고요해. 날 돌게 만든 걸까.
Good evening and welcome back to the Dwarven Fortress of Keskalokil, which has recently had something of an influx of immigrants, and we've been desperately trying to build beds and bedrooms for them, and the rate limiting step turned out to be doors, or rather getting stone to the place where we could make doors, and so we went for stacking the bedrooms up vertically instead, because that way we only need staircases to get into them instead of doors. Which is why we now have this big pile. It's only actually 3 stories high at the moment of bedrooms. It's going to be a bit hard to go down any further because it ends up falling into this great big cavern where we've dug out a load of what was it, kaolinite. Yes, but actually I can fill in a bit more, and at the moment at least we actually have bedrooms that aren't occupied, so like that's a nice start. See, we have spare bedrooms. That just means no one has tried to sleep in them yet, but we don't have many spare bedrooms. So I think someone last time pointed me to a YouTube video on the subject of how to build mass tombs, and having looked at it, I've gone, that's nowhere near adequately efficient. Dizzy says, you're building a tower block, will it catch fire and all the dwarves die? No, because it's made of rock.
Which we have coated in aluminium and surprisingly flammable plastic. What's names?
Yes. So yes, it's not actually likely to be very flammable. Plus, like it has secondary exits and everything. Look, Okay, it doesn't yet. If we dug those, if we actually built those staircases downwards, they could all discharge into this convenient large open space, which would probably be slightly helpful. Possibly I should do that. It might be helpful to be able to connect things together at that layer as well. Anyway, so we do appear to have at least a minimally adequate number of bedrooms. Dizzy says, excellent, and then they won't die of flooding either because the flooding is really slow. Yes, unless I penetrate the sea, which I kind of want to do in order to build a swimming pool somewhere, but I should try to do that in a way that won't flood the rest of the fortress. Anyway, let me just reorganise my IRC thing so that things are on sensible screens. Right, so one thing, yes, I think I could probably usefully build a small extra batch of bedrooms to fill up that 3x3x3. Well, okay, it appears to be 3x3x4 over most of the space. Cuboid, because that last column doesn't look like it would be very difficult to finish constructing. At least if I can find some something to build that wall out of. I mean, we could build the wall out of sand, but that does seem like a rather dull thing to do, and will make the bedroom rather unpopular. But I think we might be a bit short of, possibly I should go for a bit more mining and see if I can find another kaolinite cluster. Like, we've got one down in this layer. Probably if we dig out some long corridors, we can find some more. And it'll only be slightly floody. Actually, I think if we stay reasonably far north, we won't run into any more unpleasantness. Because most of the things that look like they might be dangerously flood prone are quite well to the south. If we do something like that, we'll probably find something interesting or some more water. Though that was also part of the kaolinite, so there might be something in the sandstone, but I don't really want to go into the sandstone because the aquifers, I mean, they're not catastrophically dangerous like they used to be, but they are still inconvenient. So this one, yeah, we're into peat there, so we're probably not expecting to find any useful minerals in that area. Might be some useful minerals to the south, but oh yeah, there we're running into the clay, so that's probably... The thing is, we're on the boundary of 3 biomes, so we know that the ocean biome has some pretty decent minerals, but we've mined it out pretty reliably at that layer, and there's not much of it at this layer. But we might find something good down here. And yeah, if we don't, then we can start digging out the layer below. So our booze production is doing all right. Oh, we could do a staircase down from here to there. Then actually, some of these we can really easily build a staircase down into the convenient cinnabar layer. Well, not so much layer, wall. I just need to find the square in each bedroom that actually lines up with the wall. I mean, some of them don't have one, but some of them do. Okay, most of them don't have one. That one can go down into the saltpeter. Yeah, so the ones on the left are going to need actual construction of staircases if we want to connect them. Oh, and there's this random little bedroom here, isn't there? Well, I'm not quite sure what to do with that. We'll see what we find down there. Don't know quite what my miners are going to do now. Right. Let's unpause and think about things a bit. Yes, so I did find some interesting things in the wiki on the subject of swimming pools. But they are like a bit faffy to make, because you really want the water, because you want the water to be reasonably deep but not so deep that the dwarves drown, and dwarves don't really like going into the water, so you have to like forcibly hurl them into it. What's going on with this creature? You're hungry. That's because you're indoors. Let's send you out to the pasture.
Apparently that's true of otters as well.
Right.
Parent otters teach the babies to swim by throwing them into water and keeping them there till they start swimming.
Thank you. Right. So where's that lamb that needs to be assigned to this, or it'll starve? So, I think we're a bit short of soap, aren't we? That bin is empty. And I think it looked like we had a quantity of oil. Let's check our stocks of oil and lye. Are they under liquids here? So we've got 4 units of lye. Got tons of royal jelly. What can we do with royal jelly, I wonder? So we could make 4 units of soap at least. To convert some of our rock nut oil into something more useful. You've struck tiger iron. Presume the miners have decided that this is the exciting area to work in then. Also struck bituminous coal, but I think we're reasonably well off for coal. I mean, on the other hand, we may as well mine the coal first. Like, if the coal seam takes us somewhere interesting, excellent. Or it might just find us some citrine. Because, like, we don't particularly need to follow these the lines I decided to put my corridors along. Okay, I think we've run out of spare honey for the moment. Okay, what's going on here? That's bituminous. Oh, bituminous coal, but it's marked wrong. Okay, yes. Like, we might want a bit of gypsum. What I want is kaolinite, really. And we found some more gypsum. There's apparently a bit of dampness. Oh, we're probably getting to the edge of the sandstone there, aren't we? It looks like most of our large clusters down here are going to turn out to be gypsum rather than anything fun. By fun I mean kaolinite. So yes, that's still making progress, but yes, we want kaolinite so we can make more porcelain, which we're using to make most of our bedrooms out of. Oh, nice masterpiece iron anvil. So it would be nice to have. I think I should just blank that mining order there. Like, I don't really care about all this gypsum. Gypsum is a bit like we could do with some to keep us well supplied with plaster, but I could probably stop soon. Yeah, let's cancel most of the gypsum mining. Can I actually make them stop? I kind of can, yes. That's bituminous coal, which I probably do need in indefinite quantities. Okay, and some kind of gem as well. Which is like not bad stuff to have around. Yeah, I mean, we could make bedrooms out of other things, but the nice thing about porcelain is that it's quite valuable. So people like having bedrooms lined with porcelain. I should reset.
Can you make mugs out of porcelain, or is that...
Bizarrely, no.
Oh, yes, I remember having this.
You can bizarrely make jugs out of porcelain, but not mugs.
I do not understand dwarfs, not even slightly.
You can only make mugs out of stone.
Okay.
Not to be confused with stoneware, which is different.
Can you make glass?
Yes, I think glass goblets are possible.
Okay. Oh, but it's a goblet, not a mug.
Yes. Mug is the term for a drinking vessel made of stone, but this is not very significant. But you can't make any equivalents out of clay or porcelain either. I mean, have we got any spare beds? No, we need to actually make more beds, I think. I should just have a look. How are we doing for... I suppose actually it's quite easy to work out if more or less if we have enough bedrooms. I mean, we're down to 2 unoccupied ones now, but a much simpler way is just to go stocks, beds. We have 50 beds. We have a population of 67. Now, dwarves will share beds to an extent, but I think that we probably want to get up to the point where we have as many, approximately as many beds as we have dwarves. So let's do another 20 beds. I have struck kaolinite. Excellent. Right. In that case, let us cancel the existing mining of that area and instead mark it for high-ish priority auto mining. Okay, apparently that didn't work very well. Is kaolinite not officially an ore or something? And the fact that it gets highlighted there indicates it probably is. Apparently you found a more interesting bit of mining to do down there because the bituminous coal seam is carrying on. Oh, I found like 3 squares of kaolinite. That's not very helpful. Didn't even yield any actual kaolinite. Well, let's draw that corridor back in again then. And see if we can find some more. Oh, we have 2 unhappy dwarves. We should fix that. Why are you unhappy? Right, there's this child who appears to be perpetually unhappy. Despite valuing stoicism. Oh God, you've been getting into arguments now. Like, you're 2 years old, and I appreciate that getting into arguments is most of what you use language for, but why is our captain of the guard unhappy? Mostly because you haven't crafted anything recently? You felt frustrated considering the scarcity of cages and chains. Right. As captain of the guard, he feels that we should have somewhere to put prisoners.
He said, unfortunately, all cops are bastards.
Well, yes. So maybe we should actually provide somewhere to put the prisoners. Let's quickly mark that room for smoothing as well. So maybe we should try to fix that. Somehow I feel we should put it up here somewhere, but I also I kind of want to be a bit careful about accidentally using up all the spaces where I might put a swimming pool. Well, we kind of want the swimming pool to be near the water's surface, because it'll be a little bit less dangerous if we're getting the water in from... Yes. I might want to think about that. I suppose we could put it just on this side, away in the...
Have you abandoned the Necromancer's Tower plan?
Well, it's not yet a plan, really. I struck kaolinite again, have I? Or is that the same message that I just didn't bother cancelling last time? It's the same message I didn't bother cancelling last time, right. Oops. A convenient room, I could just say... I don't think we need walls around our prison. I think we could just put it somewhere around here. And usually just installing a couple of chains is enough to cheer people up. It means they get to socialise. So let's go for, have we got any chains at the moment? Build furniture. No, it's not furniture, is it? Restraints. Rope and chain. I'm sure a sheep wool rope will do the job perfectly well. Actually, we could go for one of the decorated ropes, couldn't we? Struck bituminous coal, that's nice. Let's mark bituminous coal for auto mining at slightly higher priority and see what we turn up in that direction. Right. So we now have a chain installed there. So let's try you just still injured? Yes. You still haven't managed to find yourself like a crutch, you nuisance. Right, so now if I have a zone that is a dungeon, I just declare that that area is a dungeon. Do you think that works adequately? This furniture is part of unnamed dungeon. So if I now go open the justice menu, it doesn't actually tell me anything useful about like whether those ropes are going to be helpful. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we're working on the clay, we just keep finding bituminous coal instead. And limonite. Finding everything else.
So you can't get global warming in Dwarf Fortress?
No, the sea level is, I think, fixed. Which is good because it is only barely below the level of the land.
I think a bigger risk, given your construction methods, is like accidentally pulling the plug out of the bottom of the sea.
Yes.
If anything's going to affect the sea level, it's likely to be, whoops, we let it all into the lower level.
Yes, one thing actually that I do worry about is if I set up something like a swimming pool and I pump water into the sea, will I accidentally overflow the sea?
That's not usually a problem, but I can understand why in this world this might be.
Because the thing is, the sea level is precisely aligned with the level of pretty much all the land in on my embark area. So if it turns out that the sea level does rise at all, everything floods.
So you will in fact discover global flooding, but not through global warming.
Just possibly through accidentally pumping water into the sea.
Yes.
Surely this at the moment to undertake an enormous public works engineering project of massive confusing flood defences.
Yes, I could attempt actual flood defences if it turns out to be necessary. So we're finding lots of other minerals, but we found like one tiny cluster of oh, that's Morian, not bituminous coal. That's not very valuable. That bit's bituminous coal. We might be able to use that. We found one tiny cluster of kaolinite, which means, well, it exists at this level. But mostly what we're finding is coal and iron ore and gems and quite a lot of gypsum. Like, if we could make everything out of plaster, it would be really simple. Right. Anyway, let's not get too distracted by that. So, how is my... well, we're down to one unhappy dwarf. Is it just the child now? Yes, good. Does that mean our captain of the guard has suddenly gone, yes, we have... no, just exhilarated, remembering having an intellectual discussion or something. Fondness talking with an acquaintance, actually, is the new one. Yes, I appreciate you're hopeless about the fact that you lost your leg. Sorry.
But since this was in what was otherwise a glorious success for the fortress,
Yes.
you kind of had to pick one for Dean being captain of the guard. So
And like...
for the team, you sort of remove one.
lose one for the team. Who was the one who lost? Who was the vigorously beaten up child? Irvad Lobam Gim, was that them? Yeah, so still hasn't healed. The infected right hand might be a bit of a problem. So mostly healed, but right ankle still needs a bit of something. The right ankle has been sutured and at least did have a dressing on it. So we're reasonably confident that they'll adequate crutch walker now. That will heal in due course. So, if we wanted to build a swimming pool, what would we need? Like, the suggestion is that the way to get dwarves into the swimming pool is to arrange to have a thing that they get swept off by a slow inward flow of water, and then that then sweeps them into a thing 1Z level lower down, which is then which you then keep filled to a level at which they're forced to swim, and they can then swim across that until they get out. So it needs 2Z levels of space. So, and then a pump, ideally a pump that can't accidentally be turned off. So it probably wants to be a wind pump, because otherwise that lower level could quite easily flood dangerously. Or I suppose we pump the water in, and we build our swimming pool above ground and have a drainage system that lets the water out as necessary to keep the water level safe, which is probably a safer approach, though it does require more like surface construction, because we then need a 2-level high building on the outside. That feels safer, though it is like all above ground. I mean, we could try to arrange to go swimming in the actual sea, but that seems a bit dangerous. DZ says +1 to fail-safe engineering. Okay, we'll try to do it the safe way. So, what are we going to need? I think we start with the yeah, well, there is the problem that being above ground makes you more prone to attack, but I don't think that's actually a serious problem. So we'll need enough ingredient. Well, we'll need a 2-high pump stack, which. So my vague idea is we'll put it here on the beach. We'll have a pump stack at this end, which takes us 2 Z levels up. Well, 1 Z level up, rather, from the 2 Z levels up from the sea. And then this layer will be the entrance, and then this layer will be where the dwarves land. We want to construct the floor there out of a lightweight material. Probably willow is our best bet. I think that's the lightest common wood. Sadly, we can't make a little weir that keeps the water at the right depth because we can't make half-height blocks. So if we were to make half-height blocks, then the thank you, Simon. Then or rather, we can't make half-height blocks, so we can either make something that floods to a level of 7, which is deep enough to drown a dwarf, or something that floods to a level of 0, which is not deep enough to give anyone any experience. So we do need like a system that measures the water depth and opens and closes a floodgate. And then we need to arrange that system. Well, the nice thing about that is that the floodgate, if it jams open, it's fail-safe again. We won't actually cause everything to flood if the floodgate jams open. And I don't think floodgates can jam closed. Thank you, Jam. So, yes. Let's see what we want to do. So we're going to need a moderate amount of. Let's see how. So I want to build. Let's say we're going to make the actual room 3 squares wide. So the pool itself will need. Let's consider that to be where our water is there a little that to be where our water intake is, in fact. Only that's not actually water. Is there like a convenient inward notch that I could have my pump draw from? It's all the way up there if it's going to be anywhere. No, I want it. So that's right. So yes, that's just an ocean wave. That's a convenient inlet of the sea. So then we'll have something like that. Is the let's make it a bit further south. That make that the wall. No, not like that. Have a wall there. Is that right? No, that's not right. Actually, yes, that was right, but in the wrong way, as it were. If we have a wall there, right, we only have 3 willow logs. I'll cut down another willow tree. And that marks the edge, the north edge of the actual pool. Is that right? Yes. This might work. We'll see. I'll probably change my mind several times. So let's find a willow tree I can cut down. To get myself a few more logs. So then if that's going to be the pool, we'll obviously want a wall around that as well. And we'll want some way to get out of it again, but that can be at this end, the southern end. So let's assume that, let's make the pool, say, that long. But we need some kind of, yes, but what I'll do is I'll make the drains by building fortifications, because those are largely monster proof. Right, so there's a start. So we're going to need a couple of, now let's not build the pump mechanisms until we've actually built the floor, because the floor is important from the point of view of actually having to be built out of a particular material. What's that? Oh dear, there's a stray yew skeleton. Let's have that dumped so that it doesn't upset people. We've struck yellow jasper downstairs. Right, yes, we keep striking damp bituminous coal, which means we want to smooth that bit of conglomerate. Right, yes, so our miner is busy tunnelling that way and might possibly find something interesting down there. I believe that siltstone cannot support an aquifer. Right, so now we have walls there, and you notice that does at least appear to keep the ocean waves out. Oh, we've located some damp stone downstairs. So, oh, we only have 2 willow logs in stock at the moment, probably because someone's turning them into beds. Well, let's build 2 bits of floor then. Consume those willow logs before they get turned into beds as well. Yes, we're building a Lido, really. I've struck microcline, how exciting. And hematite, well, that's kind of exciting, but we have plenty of hematite. Right, so now we're going to want an upward, I feel we should make, oh no, yeah, we should make a ramp at this end for people to get out. That should, let's try to make the whole of the bottom of this. Oh, is anyone scheduled for chopping down trees at the moment? That's fishing. Woodcutters, we do have a woodcutter. He just probably, and indeed he should be mostly cutting wood. Well, oh, and carpentry, whatever the number 1 is. I'm sure that wood will get cut down, that willow tree will get cut down eventually. Lignite. So we also want probably some kind of a wall around the pump. Have I got things? So where's... So the pump's going to go there. I want that willow tree cut down, really. Tetrahedrite. We are finding several interesting substances down here. Distinct shortage of any that's kaolinite, though. And we found some SOG over this way, so... Hang on, that's all kaolinite, though. Excellent. Right, we found some kaolinite. I'll let you finish the exploratory mining so you can see what else there is out there. Well, I'll let you finish the exploratory mining later. Right, so you found some damp lignite there. Kaolinite all looks dry, though. Can we treat kaolinite as an ore for this purpose, I wonder? Presume we can. Yes, that seems to be working correctly, so that will get us a decent stock of kaolinite again. Oh well, we're probably not. I think I had. We've got a smelt hematite job running, so, and we've got a decent supply of hematite. So we should still be able to, we should be producing iron at a reasonable pace. So is that damp kaolinite? Right, yes. Well, we'll not try mining the damp kaolinite just yet. So that should give us enough. Have we got a kaolinite? Yes, we have got a clay bricks order there. I cancelled at least one clay bricks order, but that will give us a few more. As Dedulakis has grown attached to a steel warhammer. That's nice, dear. Some migrants have arrived. Yes, that's obviously what we needed. We have a second gosling, and a stray horse foal, and a stray yak calf, and a talented wax worker. Well, we've probably got piles of beeswax you can turn into something if you want. Another gosling.
There's a wax sculpture menaces with spikes of wax, only not very many.
No. And an accomplished animal trainer. And someone with no skill, a perfectionist with no skills other than being an adequate suturer. Oh yes, I need to improve my, you've struck turquoise. What's that very fast moving thing? It's a bunny. Hello, tame bunny. Oh, would you like to join my squad of woodcutters and actually cut down a damn tree? Assuming no one's actually got round to it yet. They haven't. I mean, newcomers do take a little while to settle in before they actually start doing work, but ooh, a jeweler. And a novice paper maker. Well, I think you're probably going to learn a new skill pretty soon. Right, that seems to be that seems to be all of them. So let's see, the drainage system is going to want probably outside the building. Check that. So that column there is entirely solid. Oh, I think I may have made this a bit close to the coast. Maybe the drainage system should go a bit further south to give me some space. Yeah, let's make the pool fairly long, I think. I think I've got a scheduled job that'll eventually start making me more stone blocks. So this is going to end up with some exciting colours down here. Right, yes, and then we can put the drains along here. But so just check, there is a I thought we had a make rock blocks job that triggered whenever I didn't have very many rock blocks lying around, but I can't currently see it. Clay bricks we've got. Okay, I don't actually seem to have a make rock blocks job, which would explain why we don't have any of them lying around. So let's make that job, and it should be like, try to ensure that we have, say, 20 of them. That's nice. We have a decent supply of kaolinite now, at least. Which means we're probably getting a decent supply of porcelain as well. I should probably actually have made that staircase go up as well, so that there'll be some way to get into that bedroom from above. Oh well. I've struck resin opal. Oh, I'm out of booze. What's going on? Shouldn't we have a plentiful supply of mead by now? I haven't noticed any cancellations relating to mead. So check that we aren't accidentally cooking honey. It doesn't appear on that list. It still doesn't currently have a thing, but we do have a work order that says press honey from honeycomb whenever we have some honeycomb lying around, and make mead whenever we have honey lying around, which suggests that we're like. So, are the what state are the beehives in?
People busy doing
They all look like quite a lot of them are marked ready to be split. None of them at all say ready for collection, but I assume that means that that's not that none of them is, surely. Are we short of jugs? Oh, I bet all of our jugs are full of royal jelly. Let's have a look. Jugs are a kind of tool, aren't they, to annoy us? I mean, it's infuriatingly hard to tell whether all of our jugs are full of royal jelly. It's not like we have a shortage of them, but...
You don't have a shortage of royal jelly either.
Yes. Actually, that's a way to check, isn't it? Yes, we can do it by numbers. What is our stock of jugs? What is our stock of royal jelly? So we appear to have 65 porcelain jugs, and 4 shale jugs and 4 jet jugs and 2 microcline jugs. So we have, give or take, 75 jugs. The unglazed earthenware jug is of no use because it's unglazed. And royal jelly is officially a liquid. We only have 56 royal jelly. So some of our jugs are not full of royal jelly, but presumably some of them are full of rock nut oil. Why is no one turning the rock nut oil into, like, soap? What's happened to the soap job? No, I scheduled those directly, didn't I? Does that mean we've now got slightly more soap? But in which case, where did that rock nut oil come from? I am suspicious. No, okay, we did successfully make some soap, but we're still apparently making rock nut oil occasionally. I didn't even know we had spare rock nuts. Oh well. Meanwhile, is anyone going to cut down this tree? Let's just check that my beekeepers are keeping bees. Like they're actually turned on. Yes, we have. I mean, I think I'll turn off the person who doesn't have any beekeeping skills in favour of the person who does have beekeeping skills. So is anyone like thinking that keeping the bees is their job, is something they should be working on right now? Okay, my major beekeepers are currently praying. Well, that's allowed. We want to carve that. Someone is making some blocks, that's good. Let's look at what our nobles are like. How are they feeling about their equipment? So our mayor has all of the stuff they want. Our baron is still a bit grumpy about not having a study. Or a tomb. No, they want a tomb before they die because they can't complain about it afterwards.
It's true.
That's not what I want.
It just feels like politically unwise to say I want a good doom, because then surely you run the risk of people going, yeah, wouldn't it be much better if you went into it? Now's a good time.
Actually, did they need both of a dining room? They were lacking a study, but they have a slightly inadequate dining room, the Baron. Okay, well let's cancel that then. And let's stick a coffin in there instead. If we have any, we don't have any. I mean, we've got a spare one upstairs. We could just abolish it, but let's build a new stone coffin. Craft Dwarf guilds has been established. Yeah, I should also improve some of my guild halls, shouldn't I? And then open them to the public. So our Doctor's Guild Hall, still needs a door, doesn't it? Yes, that was a very early problem with it, which was that it didn't have a door. Well, let's install a nice jet door, and that should at least cause it not to overlap anything. So then let's build a means for the water to escape from this drainage system. I mean, that I don't know if that wall's really necessary. Yeah, I think I do eventually want to have walls to guide the water into the sea again. The tree is still there. What's going on?
Well, what's going on? One way is I'm telling you to mute. Mute, stick people in the marrow. I was going to say in the morning, but that seemed a bit optimistic.
I mean, there aren't many ways you can adjust how you cut down trees. I mean, we can make them higher priority, but why are you not cutting down trees? So we're going to want a floodgate. We should make a floodgate. Let's make a floodgate out of stone, because stone is a thing we have plenty of. Okay, I think mostly the reason why we're running out of iron repeatedly is simply that we're making anvils too fast. Right, let's see if we can do something about this excess of royal jelly. Like, we can cook royal jelly if we have enough ingredients. And like, we've got loads of rock nut press cake. The major problem with rock nuts is that if you have rock nut, you can't distinguish when cooking between rock nuts, which are really useful to squeeze. Did I miss out the bit where you put red and green navigation markers on your Lido? I didn't intend to, but it does appear to have a red side and a, microcline side anyway. I just happen to have bauxite and microcline kicking around. But I think we might not actually have, and I want to save the rock nuts themselves for turning into oil. But if we're like out of rock nuts, then it's probably safe to cook the rock nut press cake. Yeah, it looks like we don't have any, so let's go into the kitchen settings and say, please cook with, we're already set to cook with acorns. We should make sure that all these things end up in the right place, of course, and allow cooking with rock nuts for now. That might use up some of the royal jelly. Don't cook with rock nut oil. Do cook with alpaca cheese. Right, let's see if that allows us to cook anything. Presumably that's yet another... Oh no, the communion of jackals now requires a high temple complex and a high priest. Okay, are they the people we've already got this temple for? Yes. So they want an even more valuable temple and a high priest. Sadly, we don't have any random artifacts lying around. While I'm thinking about it, let's install... Oh, we've got plenty of beds now, at least. Make sure every potential bedroom has a bed in it. That's how, I suppose that one is technically a potential bedroom too. Right. Just like tidying up that bedroom a bit. Then we're going to want more space for more bedrooms, aren't we? I think it's tempting to just do another... Well, I mean, we could go... We can't really go down another level, and then we get into the aquifers, which are going to get all soggy. So I'm kind of inclined to go for carving out another column in these two levels. And then, actually, have we accidentally ended up... Yes, we need to adjust that. Temple so that it doesn't include that bedroom. So that then we can paint a bedroom there. Right, now that it like has all of its walls, and then once those beds have been installed, we can paint some more bedrooms. There we go, here come some beds. And meanwhile, let's mark fairly low priority. Oops, in rectangle mode. Batch of bedrooms there. Batch of bedrooms there. And no, that's the wrong one. And then some staircases connecting them up to the temple. And actually, given the temples there, it would seem to make sense to do another column of those, wouldn't it? Can I do that? Yeah, that works properly. Oops. No. Right. That seems like a nice quantity of bedrooms. We're going to need to clear out a bit of space down here so that we can actually get at that staircase mind. That seems kind of fair. Oh yes, yes. Justin says, apparently dwarves can gain swimming experience by sleeping underwater. There's an even more entertaining one that they can gain swimming experience by, that needs to be a proper staircase, doesn't it? By riding a minecart through water.
They're not getting drowning experience by sleeping underwater. And they get out of your bed.
So, what is it? Oh yeah, someone had a mandate. What was the mandate? Make bolts. Okay, we can make 3 bolts if you want. Well, I think we actually end up making 12. The brass hall. Okay, yes. I need another guild hall. Right, so that guild hall at least now has all of its walls. And it is an acceptable guild hall. Right, I'm going to say that we're going to attempt to become a major medical school by inviting everyone to visit our Doctor Guild Hall. Right, how's that guild hall coming along? I did agree to build a guild hall there, and it's not currently good enough. We need slightly more interesting stuff in that guild hall. I mean, possibly we should just... No, I feel we should kind of install tables and such so people can demonstrate surgery there, but I doubt that's actually useful. Have we got a decent quantity of porcelain bricks? Can I just pave the floor a bit? Yes, we have. If I let's do all of that. Oh no, not in closest material. That's, oh no. Sorry, that's a nuisance because then you have to cancel it out one square at a time. It's a bit of a pain when you've accidentally painted all of it in the wrong material. So I presume I can't just say, no, that's the wrong one anyway. I would want, oh right, I can designate unconstructed things for removal, and the designation and the request for them vanishes immediately. Like, select material, don't keep building. Have I actually got 28 porcelain bricks? No, apparently I've got 7 porcelain bricks, because of course all the others are built into things and I couldn't see that. 7 is not very many. Well, let's start paving the floor at least. Right, have we got that floodgate yet? No. Is that still on the schedule then? Yes. Someone is making a rock floodgate right now. Then we're going to need some mechanisms, aren't we? Where do you make mechanisms? Crafts Dwarf's workshop? Somewhere slightly bizarre, as I recall. I mean, I suppose we could make mechanisms out of, like, actually steel. We have made some mechanisms already, haven't we? I think there's something in this place that uses mechanisms. Well, obviously the stocks will tell me, won't they? Yes, we have 6 mechanisms somewhere. Oh yes, in traps and such like. That might mean we actually have enough mechanisms, but let's make a few more rock mechanisms because we're going to need them eventually. I mean, we could make iron mechanisms instead, but rock's cheaper. At least until it turns out we haven't got any, because we haven't actually been digging out enough non-economic stone. Why is no one cutting down trees? I'm confused by the trees situation. Are we out of axes or something? Maybe that's it. Maybe my people who are set up to cut down trees that don't actually own axes anymore. Yes, I think we may be short of axes. Right, let's make some more axes. Forge, iron, battle axe. Let's forge 5. Let's forge 10 iron battle axes. I don't care. Right, now we should have an available floodgate. what's going on with jugs? Maybe I just make more jugs. I mean, you're clearly cooking something. So possibly you're now making those just out of... I mean, I may just start dumping royal jelly to get it out of the way. Oh, some actual mining of the bedrooms up here going on. Now, I plan to put that in the top right corner because that's where I mostly put the beds. Let's wait a bit. What are all these messages about? Yeah, well, I'm sure the iron will turn up eventually. Well, let's construct a ramp at this end out of stone, because no one should be falling in at this end anyway. Ben says slightly optimistically. Maybe I don't trust that. So we're going to want a pressure plate somewhere around here to control the drainage system. So that's going to want build, machine, possibly trap, pressure plate. So I think it should control the depth at the drain end. So probably somewhere around there. It should be triggered by, right, so right, so I can choose at which depths of water it activates. So we want, I think, floodgates open on activation. So I think we want to say whenever the water level at the, since this is where the drainage happens at the shallow end, is, I think, hang on, how do I set the... All right, there we are, is 5, 6 or 7. So I believe, actually it's 4, 5, 6 or 7. Is that right? Because I believe that dwarves can swim in anything from 4 upwards. So as long as we keep the shallow end no lower than 4, then the deep end will obviously be rather deeper, and that will be fine. So then the only question is, like, where do we install this pressure plate? And I think we may as well install it right next to the drain. We have no spare mechanisms, right? It'd be nice if I could be told that before I started thinking the what's name. Struck more kaolinite, have I? Oh yes, excellent. We've got a decent supply of kaolinite for now. We'll just remember that bit's up there. In particular, I'd quite like the miners to make some more bedrooms. So the guild that wanted a new guild hall was, I think, a craftsdwarf guild. So I think that guild hall should be over here next to the major crafting workshops. Let's put it there and see what happens. So how's the Doctor's Guildhall doing for value now? Not the Doctor's Guildhall, the Surgeon's Guildhall. 1700, getting there. Don't need very much more porcelain floor. And I presume my kiln is working on making more. As we speak, yes. So we can probably build another run of floor. Let's see. Yes. And indeed 2 more. And that might be almost enough porcelain floor to make the Surgeon Guildhall worth having. Yes, well, hopefully we'll sort out some axes soon. Right, there we go. The Guildhall agreement with the Humble Company has been satisfied, and we haven't even installed all the floor yet. Right, let us invite all visitors to the Humble Company as well.
So you've probably got about an hour. There's some now we can.
So I'm just installing beds everywhere. Well, once the where the bedrooms have been dug out. That room doesn't appear to have a purpose at the moment. That room wants to be the office for my, or the throne room for my Baron. Probably not good enough, but like at least it is an office. Yes, you want a decent study and you've only got a modest study. What are the other things you want? Can we install some furniture in there to cheer you up? No, apparently you've got all the furniture you might plausibly want. Why is that not green then? And you need your dining room improved as well. In both cases, you don't need much of an improvement, and the mayor wants better quarters. Well, I think my general approach then should be to first attempt to floor these things with porcelain once we've got some porcelain available. Have we at the moment? No, we don't appear to. Oh yes, we have 2. Well, that will make slightly improve that bedroom, bedroom office. No, I meant bed. There, yes. Bed. There. Yes, these are very colourful bedrooms. Dizzy says, didn't this game used to say Uris Woodcutter cancels job, cut tree, needs axe? I'm not sure. I think you might have got weirder messages than that. Like being unable to find the thing to pick up your equipment with or something. Good, we've actually got soap in the bathroom now. That will be cheering the dwarves up. Yes. No, we don't. We have kiwi. Well, the Doctor Guildhall is utterly full of people. I'm a little concerned that everyone is learning. Yes, watching suturing demonstration. Okay, they're mostly not watching the suturing demonstration, at least. What are they suturing, though? Each other? Okay, I'm a bit worried that we're starting to get low on food. Can we have a caravan, please? So have I got the mechanisms now to build my pressure plate? Yes. So how's the building of those battle axes going? We haven't got any yet, right? Well, let's build some walls. To seal up some of these bedrooms. It's only not a proper room because I haven't designated it as a proper room yet. Well, let's fix that then. Yes.
All along, but now we're making it official. You even tried multi.
That kind of worked. Why didn't 3 beds rejected already in use? Okay. Well, those 2 are fine, but what's going on there then? That is apparently a complicated overlapping bedroom. Can I repaint it, please? I'm pretty sure it's not meant to extend that far out. It should actually be 5 by 5, yes, like that. Similarly, that one is incorrectly sized. And should not extend into the walls. Right, so now if I try to designate new bedrooms, right, that's designated 2 more there. Right, various things are now official bedrooms, which will cheer up the people who are sleeping in them. Possibly not immediately, sadly. Also seems to be a shortage of official bedrooms over there. Let's make them bedrooms as well. Right. So a lot of people are going to be grumpy that they've been sleeping in an unofficial bedroom. Yes. It's kind of silly. Yes, everyone's turning into surgeons because they're all getting taught surgery. I mean, I think there are worse things to have far too many of your dwarves able to do.
I suppose the danger is if they're not satisfied with being able to do it, they get grumpy if they haven't had a chance recently.
Yes.
You might make sure you lose some fights or something.
What's going on there? That staircase appears to have got suspended. Can we finish constructing that staircase? Because the bedroom's going to be a lot more useful if it's got a staircase. Oh, we got a thing blocking sight. Okay, there's something weird about that staircase. Okay, can we cancel the construction of that staircase? And then rebuild it using a gratuitously different set of items so that we won't try to build it using the things that are on it just in case. Right, aha, so you can now link that pressure plate to that floodgate. Yes, I know we're short of logs. I'm kind of hoping we will soon have some battle axes for you to cut the trees down with. Right, so here is someone hauling some. It's still got a item blocking site error. Maybe we can't construct that because we have to do it from next door or something. Or are those porcelain bricks? Those porcelain bricks are assigned to some other task. Okay. But they can't be moved because there's no staircase. What an utter mess. Well, we could remove the wall behind them so that people can get in there, I suppose. It's kind of messy, but... Oh, I think those may be waiting to be used to build that, yes. Yes, the beehive enclosure is indeed made out of black and yellow stripes. Right, we're still working on linking that pressure plate. Someone will probably turn up soon with another mechanism. Yep, here they come. Aha! We've got some willow. Right, let's build some more floor then, before someone finds another use for it. Oh, someone's found another use for it. They're probably trying to haul it to a stockpile somewhere. Do we have a wood stockpile here or something? Yes, let's remove that wood stockpile. It's not useful. Right. Maybe that will cause people to stop trying to move that willow anywhere. That's better. Oh, I should really have built the floor and then the pressure plate. Oh well, that bit of pressure plate that bit of floor is going to be shale instead of willow logs. It's fine. No one's going to jump into that bit, surely. Right. No, wood doesn't float in this game. Everyone comes out to help build the floors. Some of them get stung by bees on the way past. Some of them apparently get into fights with birds. Okay, no, the birds are just getting in fights with one another, apparently. And someone's been taken by mood. Well, it happens. Hope everyone's having fun in the sea, though. Well, in the mist. I'm sure there's a dwarf under there somewhere. Why are you feeling dizzy? You've claimed a stoneworker's workshop, have you? Okay, and you appear to be happily collecting objects. You now... I must have rock! I must have tanned hides, I must have cut gems. Right, you found yourself some rock and some tanned hides, so I think we probably just need to cut some gems. Okay, apparently now, it used to be that there were an insane number of separate jobs you could have for, like, I want to cut this gem or that gem. Why is everyone so dizzy? I think they haven't been outside in too long. So let's give the that proposed Guildhall at least some doors. I think everyone's feeling a little bit unwell after that exciting experience of going outside. Possibly that exciting experience of being stung by bees. Is someone going to like turn up and pick up this and build this last bit of floor, I wonder? Anyway, so what are we going to do here then? I suppose at some point we're going to need a way to get in and out. That should probably be a staircase that runs up through there, but let's build almost all of the walls first. No, we're going to need a wall here first, aren't we? So that means the staircase will be there. So let's build. Can we just build a constructed staircase that runs all the way from here down to here? Out of, say, microcline blocks. Oh, there's the last one. Is that properly linked up now? It is. So that means we can finish building the walls to keep the drain not blocked by everything else. Got any blocks in interesting materials? Well, we have, but I was hoping for some more yellow. Oh well, more microcline it is. Right, so the floor's all in place now. Staircase is on its way. So then we're going to want that end wall of the pool. Right, so the drain is now built. We'll obviously want a wall around that staircase so that the goblins don't just use it to get into the fortress. Right, mysterious construction underway, using whatever gems we happen to have lying around. Using pyrites, hammerhead shark leather, microcline and jet. Well, it'll be all right. Right, so that staircase is now sorted. So now we probably want to start building the components for our pump, don't we? So that mostly means asking for some giant corkscrews and yet more mechanisms. We did ask to make 10 rock mechanisms, that's probably good enough. No, that didn't work. We don't need 10 enormous wooden corkscrews, we need 2. Let's make 3 just in case we find a use for a third one, or I've somehow miscounted. Right, so meanwhile, we've got the bottom floor of this thing built. So we're going to need another access route at this end, which is slightly awkward because I wanted to make all that space into pumps. Oh no, that's fine because the pumps are up at that level, so we need to build the stairs here. Which means they can be there. So if we go mine stairs from there to there, that should be safe-ish. We will want to wall all of that in. Which I think should work all right, and then we'll build that staircase upwards. Meanwhile, as this area now got itself like sorted, can that staircase now be finished? Looks like it can. Yes, there we go. And now we can put that wall back. Right. And install a couple more beds and see how the Baron's study is still not up to scratch. Is that the Baron's study? Yes. So we should probably pave some more of that. No, I didn't mean use closest material for that one. I want to put that back to select material, don't keep building. Does that work? No, I think I've just done something terrible. Cancel. Oh no, that's the wrong kind of cancel, that's why. Right. So that will add a bit more porcelain to the Baron's study. The other thing we want to find is the mayor's bedroom, because that's not quite up to scratch. Oh, and the captain of the guard wants a study as well. Okay. Well, that can go in there. We should probably, like, at least replace the sand or clay wall or whatever it is with a with something a bit nicer. So where's the mayor's bedroom then? Who's the mayor? Can I find out where your bedroom is? Somewhere around here, okay. You claim it's somewhere around here. I'm confused. Are you married or something? No. Ah, that's the mayor's bedroom, and it's now overlapping another one, so we can probably fix this just by painting it correctly. Right, the mayor's bedroom is now up to scratch. Good. Also, that wall there should be filled in with the porcelain brick. And we should probably smooth all the things. Well, all the bedrooms anyway. Okay, that one wants to be suspended because we need to be able to build that wall first. All of the others can be accessed from lots of different sides. Right, so what do we need to build at this level? This is slightly fiddly because I want to build a wall at this level, but I don't have any like scaffolding or anything. So I have to be a bit careful what order I build it in. Right, now we can unsuspend that. Okay, we have a jet earring. Let's have a look at that jet earring then. This is a jet earring. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular jet cabochons and encircled with bands of octagon-cut pyrites. This object menaces with spikes of microcline. On the item is an image of Bomrek Slapatic, the dwarf, and purring maggots in hammerhead shark leather. Bomrek Slapatic is surrounded by the purring maggots. Right, that's nice. Let's try designating that thoroughly unappetizing Guildhall. The General Craftsdorf Hall. I think. Suppose we want to find a guild. Guild, the Brass Hall, yes. We have now created a nowhere near good enough guild hall. We're still out of booze. Let me try to... I'm going to crack and make more jugs, I think. Or I dump all of our... Let's just throw away all this royal jelly. Royal jelly is not useful to us. And it's tying up precious jugs. Can I just go dump all our royal jelly? What's that going to do? Now everyone going to pick up jugs of royal jelly and take them to the rubbish dump. So I want to be a bit careful they don't just destroy all the jugs. I don't think we can fill the swimming pool with royal jelly. I think here's someone coming with a jug. Oh, there's an alert. Oh, it's just the caravan, that's fine. I thought that was someone turning up with a jug of royal jelly. You're a child. You're a child who... Oh no, you're doing a store item in bin job. Which suggests we may actually have adequate jugs. And like people seem to be operating the screw press. Maybe it was all just the timing was wrong and we ended up having a weird shortage of... That is a properly constructed wall, yes. Slightly confused by that mist passing through the wall there. Hang on, that staircase is no good. Or rather, I built too much wall there. We need to install a pump next to that staircase. Actually, is that going to work? I think I've put that staircase in completely the wrong place. Because the pump... Also, screw pumps are 4 squares long, Ben. That's not going to work at all. So we don't actually want to try to sell anvils to the humans. Because the dwarves want the anvils. So if we're going to try to sell anything to the humans, we probably want goblets, don't we? Where do those appear in this list? Thought they would appear under tools. I mean, we could sell them some anvils, but buckets, cabinets, cages, cloth codices, coffins, crutches, doors, hatch covers, logs, mechanisms, musical instruments, rough gems, slabs, splints, stones, tables, thread, tools and weapon racks, which is a weird selection of items. All right, I think we may want to haul up what little we have of finished goods bins. Obviously the bins are sorted by what they're made of and not by what's in them. I think it's raining. I keep spotting drops of rain landing. Right, we're now short of containers again, but we might at least have some honey, which we probably shouldn't be cooking, and we should be trying to brew into booze. Right, doesn't look like anyone's dumping at least the jugs of royal jelly. Oh, they brought wagons this time. Excellent. Well, let's encourage my broker to come upstairs. There seems to be lots of people having fun in the beehives, at least. Actually, let's also demolish that wall. And meanwhile, let's start building the stairs up at that end. Okay, our broker is right. We've got some enormous wooden corkscrews. So once these walls that I've put in the wrong place have been demolished again, then we can start trying to install pumps, and then experimenting with them, and then putting up a windmill on the roof to power them, because that would be nice. My broker is asleep. Well, meanwhile, we're going to want some walls around this end at least, aren't we? Those we can construct safely. Um, but I really want there to be a bit more floor here. Well, I suppose we can perfectly well put a wall out there, can't we, I think. I mean, yes, it overhangs a bit, but that's fine. And actually, I think that's safe as well. Right, any sign of my... Right, my broker has turned up and all of the goods have turned up. So let's see what these traders have to offer. Oh, except my broker hasn't actually turned up. They're merely on their way to the depot. Anyone going to turn up and demolish those walls anytime soon? I don't think there's any reason why they shouldn't be demolished. Right, so what do you have that we might want? Well, have your raw crystal glass, because that's one of those things that sometimes people want and you can't get. And wood, I mean, it's nice not to have to cut it down ourselves. Okay, we may be buying a bit much of it. Obviously, we'll get any weird musical instruments you might have. Let's buy a couple of throshes. I'm sure that will be helpful. And of course, we'll buy all the interesting booze you have. Oh, you haven't got much. We'll take an iron battle axe. Oh, I'm sure someone will enjoy a silver scimitar. Have you brought us some cheese by any chance? Cheese is nice. Think we're all right for leather, but like it's cheap. And actually, we're probably going to start running out of clothes soon, aren't we? Buy a bit more leather. And given the number of dressings we burnt through recently, we'll buy some cloth as well, but not so much because cloth's pricier than leather. It's probably enough leather. Okay, I don't get auto repeat on that scroll bar, that's a bit tedious. I think the gut is a kind of a musical instrument in this world. Okay, let's try grabbing the scroll bar like this and finding something that's not leather. Right. Could buy a platinum amulet, but I don't know that it's very useful. No, we've got anvils. How much meat have you brought? Oops, that just causes the meat to fold up. It doesn't select it all, that's a pity. Right, we're quite short on food, so I'm quite happy to buy all the ingredients you've brought with you. At least if it doesn't turn out to be too much of an embarrassment. And buying food does have the great advantage that you get a lot of variety, which cheers dwarves up. Sure, we can find a way to cook most of this. I'm slightly concerned by the fact that we had lettuces and now we have lettuce leaves, though. Oh well. And we've sutured an awful lot of things, so let's buy some thread. Cheese! I think we have an adequate stock of crutches, but just in case. Those might be useful for something, who knows. Oh, I can select all. Okay, right, now let's find what we can sell. Prioritise selling the goblets, though of course we don't really want to lose all our goblets, because like the dwarves do need some to drink from. Worn out clothes seem to be a sensible thing to sell. Alright, we do get which jugs are actually full of honey or indeed royal jelly marked, which is nice. Seem to have accidentally brought a raw gem bin up here. So we haven't marked nearly enough stuff yet. We may have to sell some of those jugs from last time. That's fine. Right, let's start marking. Oh, there's some more goblets. Yes, we'll sell some empty porcelain jugs as well. Let's not sell an artifact object just yet. Possibly I should prefer the high value porcelain jugs, but yeah, this will be selling most of our remaining bill and goblets, to be fair. We'll keep that microcline jug, it's worth rather less. Right. Still haven't managed to find quite enough stuff to sell. I may have to throw in some things we actually want. I mean, having them take away some of our liquids is probably not a disaster, but still. Giant Kia skull tokens are probably not of much use. I mean, a small quantity of rough rubies would probably fix the problem, but seems a bit generous. Right, we could cut the rubies first, that will make them more valuable. Copper weapons are not that useful, are they? Yeah. Tristan says it's all gone quiet. I think I'm still making noise. Right, what else can we mark off? Let's just give them some rubies until they go away. Right, that's enough, apparently. Right. Trade. Right, that's got most of the things I wanted off them, I think. It does mean we're, like, actually out of trade goods for the most part, which is slightly surprising. We're quite well off porcelain bricks, so let's see what the people having adequate rooms situation is like. The Baron's dining room may not be up to scratch. Which is the Baron's dining room? That one. Right, well, let's try paving some of that then. I mean, it's a bit tricky because there isn't actually much spare floor space in there. So that's probably not enough, and we're going to actually have to demolish some of the walls and replace them with porcelain ones to get the room value up. Okay, there's something weird there. Oh, yes, that bedroom is a completely stupid shape. I think that's the shape it's meant to be. No. It's closer. It's not overlapping anything anymore. Yeah, that's the correct size. Oh, there's just the problem of that wall having got randomly suspended. Right. So then we might be able to mark out more bedrooms, or at least a more bedroom. All right, we might end up with it being a dormitory unless we get that wall into place, I think. Right, let's try that. Right. That room still doesn't seem to have a bed in it. No, we are out of beds. Okay. Well, still, that will improve matters a bit. Seem to have accidentally ended up with a dormitory there. That's not what we want. That's better. We're getting these bedroom situations under more control. So why is no one demolishing this wall then, hey? Okay, we appear to have a giant cardinal problem. We have quite a lot of giant cardinal problems indeed. I wonder where they are. Have they got into the fortress? It doesn't look like it. I think it's a kind of bird, actually. So I seem to have set things up so that building these walls is going to be inconvenient. Oh well. Why is no one demolishing those walls? Do I have fairly? You know, we've had people engaging in demolition before. So demolition really shouldn't be a problem to organise. Don't really understand the demolition situation. Why are those walls not getting demolished? Let's try it again. Constructed walls, floors and other constructed tiles. We want to remove those three there. Well, I don't quite understand that. Just filling in bits of wall that are missing. They shouldn't be that inaccessible. Like this tile, you can get at from here. It's not wet there at all. This is actually solid ground. It just has occasional ocean waves across it. So like, I don't think any of them should be inaccessible. It's going to be a pain if they are. Like the walls were able to be built. Slowly building these walls from the ends. I mean from the middle. Should we have a floor over the drain system? Don't think that's necessary. Might just try demolishing another wall somewhere just to check that it can be done. Oh well, it is quite late now, isn't it? I should probably stop doing this, even though I haven't finished building the swimming pool. Actually, I'm a bit worried I might not be able to build that square. Yes, especially building things above ground, like you actually have to sort out such inconvenient things as how you get the dwarves up there in the first place. And there's an argument I don't need to build the entire building up to the full height, but I've started now and it'll make it easy, make it harder to drown. Still confused by that demolition. Oh well, I think we should stop for now and we will work out what's going on later. And that's quite a big ocean wave washing ashore there. So yes, I'm not actually sure it's possible to fill in those walls there. I'll try, but I bet they get cancelled. What? That's better. Right, yes. Anyway, I am stopping really hinty good nights in IRC. So yes, the construction of the swimming pool is progressing, but it's turning out a bit weird, and I think I need to change how all the stairs work. So we will put that off for now and say good night for now, and we'll come back on Sunday and try to get this right. So until then, good night.